Like a manual.
You know, yeah, man, exactly. It was a manual for a young buck walking around. So I understand why young bucks be tripping now, because the music is like, that's their manual. And this, you know, the manual for me was like AZ or Jay-Z. So, you know, you kind of was like in a cool lane, but now, you know, their manual is totally different. So, that was me. Piece of a man, man. I might play that when we get off the phone, too.
Yeah, well said, brother. Well said. Yeah, it was tough for me. Like, Piece of a Man is a very vital album for me, but I had A in the MC category, so I had to like get somebody else up in there for the album category. Like I said, my whole top 5 is like out right now, and this has, you know, in this 98, my whole top 5. You know what I mean? So I gotta spread it.
2015, they still move.
Black Star, man. You know.
Oh yeah.
Black Star, gotta.
I forgot all about that, Joe.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Talib Most. That was an introduction. I mean, Talib had some stuff before, but that was like Talib's major kind of splash. And then Most Def was already out with Deadline and you know, cats like that. But I mean, you know, it's self-explanatory, man. That was just like boom bap, official rap. You know, it was conscious, it was informative, it was very. They took a lot of risk on that album, and at the same time, you know, like they were on Ruckus, they were getting like close to almost $1 million budgets. You know, like that's when albums were selling. You know, Tribe was going platinum. You know, Lauren went like 11 times platinum. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, those are like kind of like the golden glory days where you can kind of be a conscious, you know, have a conscious album, sell music. So yeah, that Black Star album, man, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I was debating on different things. I was thinking about putting Lauryn Hill in the top 3 category. Mm-hmm. The only reason I didn't put it in just because it was a rapping album, but it was still a lot of R&B influence.
Yeah.
So that's what's kind of negated me. Not saying that it wasn't rap. I mean, she's a rapper, obviously. You know, probably the best female rapper, period. But
we're doing out
the album. I didn't say, but yeah, I'm just saying generally speaking.
Yeah.
But I still went with Capital Punishment just because of the energy he gave me.
Your number one?
At the number one, yeah. At that point, you know, what I mean, that's the vibe. But I mean, it's crazy because it was, like I said, so many albums out. I mean, how, you know, Black Star, Criminal, and it was like a lot of albums I didn't start getting into after the fact. Right. But I mean, I'm looking at more so what caught me at that age point right then and there. So I mean, these were the first things that really grabbed my attention, and like especially for pretty much a lot of the same reasons why I was mentioning as my favorite lyricist during that time frame and everything. And when you really even look at his album, you know, when it came out, outside of Still Not a Player remix, there really was no commercial song on there, but it was just so in your face and the wordplay there, you know what I mean? He was able to make songs, radio hits. I mean, there's Joe and Nori, you know what I mean? Even though it had a flashy tune to it, but it wasn't your typical radio song neither. Right. Like, he was able to still hit you with all them lyrics, but still get radio play off just the strength of who he was. But now looking back at, like, different stuff in general, now look at older Lorenzo now versus Lorenzo back from like 9th, 10th grade. You know, I mean, Criminal was a phenomenal album. You know, this thing, to me, Outkast were ahead of their time. Pretty, you know, because stuff like, I mean, and you see with Kendrick, the influence of Kendrick, sound wise, and you know, the vision. I mean, here's these brothers doing something like this, and same brother with Buddha at the Source Awards. We
didn't even get to Outkast. That's how so
deep it is, and that's why I feel kind of think. That's why I'm kind of torn the choices I pick, because I picked most of the choices based off what really caught me at that time frame. Versus older me now, it would have been like, okay, Criminal is definitely a better album than As Dark as Hell's High, and that's now I might go back to that more frequently now than As Dark as Hell's High. But
at that time,
you know,
you gotta be honest.
Exactly, I have to be honest with the same thing with like Black Star. If I said Black Star, but I wasn't on Black Star that much, then I got on Black Star more as I got out of high school. Mm-hmm. You know, when I started doing more of the knowledge and everything, trying to understand things. Yeah. You know, but Young Reckless Lorenzo's like, shit. Here's X, here's Pun, you know what I mean? And everybody else, you know, I wasn't on that mind frame then and there. I mean, Lawrence started opening me up. In a sense, and of course, AZ always dropped the jewels. So they were always present, you know, in the music. That made me want to say, okay, I need to start researching this, going to the books. What is he talking about? Like, this can't really be happening. And then it's like, damn, this shit is really happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are our teachers, AZ, the Nas's, the Woos, and so forth. But album-wise, my state of mind that back then definitely was Capital Punishment.
Yeah, we got DJ Schiff here too, man. He's been laying in the cut, just chilling. And we're going to let him do his top 3 albums.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In 98.
Yeah, just run these off real quick. Like BC said, I'm a DJ, and in 1997 I got my tables. So 1998 was the first year I actually went to the record shops, and I was always looking at records. I didn't have much money because we were kids, so I'd always been looking at those discount bins. So a lot of the music I listened to was pretty underground, like not known. But all right, so my third release, number 3, is first DJ who actually had a gold album, which was Mixmaster Mike for the Beastie Boys. He released Anti-Theft Device, and it's the first time I ever heard a DJ just strictly do cuts straight through, no MCs. It was a game changer for me. It made me want to practice doing my cuts every night. It was very inspirational. Number 2, have to go with All Natural. There are at least no additives, no preservatives. Capital D out of Chicago. He was a teacher, and all his rhymes, he was always spitting positivity. And it was something I never heard really before besides like De La Soul and Tribe, but someone from Chicago who was stepping up, and it was just very positive. It was amazing. I mean, if you look up the song It's Okay and just listen to it, it'll change your life. I mean, it's just all about positivity, and I mean, it was huge. The whole album, front to back, was great. Had a great DJ, Tone Be Nimble, on it. They still do stuff now, and they're legends in the area, and they always hosted community events and kept hip-hop alive there, which was, not really well known at all, and now they're on the map. So, and number 1, I'd have to go with the Hieroglyphics, Third Eye Vision, because at the time, everyone in the crew obviously had their solo albums, like Souls of Mischief, Casual, Dell. They all had their solo stuff, but to come out with a group album on the West Coast was different, especially when you're talking about it with a group with 9 members. They each had their own individual track, kicked their best verse, and they all had group songs. They also included a little bit of R&B, so it was a really nice twist on things. So I guess those would be my top 3 that you guys didn't say. All your guys' albums listed are incredible, but I thought I'd add a little bit of a different flavor to the lineup.
Yeah. Appreciate it, sir. Appreciate it. If we had a studio, we had some hand claps for you.
Yeah.
Low budget over here.
Well, what about lyricists though?
What do you mean? Oh, MCs? You want to do your 3 MCs?
No, I agree with everything you guys said.
Okay.
You guys didn't forget nobody.
Okay. Yeah, man. So we'll go into our last topic, and that'll be the best female MC of 1998, and whoever wants to go can go.
Well, I think I kind of already said it, in my last thing as far as Lauryn Hill. I mean, you had Lil' Kim, you had Foxy during that time frame, Mary, but I mean, nobody was fucking with Lauryn Hill when she dropped out of Miseducation. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes weren't fucking with Lauryn Hill lyrically. I mean, that's what she was on. That consciousness was able to spit it to a way even like a feral street dude said, okay, she's spitting that stuff right there, and was able to get that respect, from the Fugees, and then to transition into the a solo artist and then be respected as an MC, and not without sex appeal that was going on when you first started seeing that with Lil' Kim, the transition to Foxy. Lauryn Hill was able to remain in her lane without trying to glorify anything sexually, but still we have that accountability and that respectability as an MC, regardless of gender at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I'll follow you up on that one. Lauryn Hill, same for me. Even though, Foxy was pretty tight with the firm, you know what I mean? She was showing improving a lot. I mean, you had Bahamadia out of Philly. Bahamadia is one of my favorites. But 98, she was kind of not really doing anything other than like special spot appearances. So I got to really go with Lauryn, man. And I just say Lauryn Hill. Whatever rapper you want to put, Eve, Lil' Kim, Foxy, Rod Digger, Jean Grey, she can do what they can do, but they can't do what she can do.
Yeah.
and that's it. And that's just my argument with Lauryn Hill. So, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Eve. Eve was my. I don't know. I was listening to her maybe because like when she was around, and
She was hot in 98.
Was she out 98?
Yeah, that was it. That was like her. Actually,
Well, the Rough Riders came out 98?
Summer 98.
Okay.
Summer 98, yeah.
I mean, that was our introduction. I remember when it was the...
Well, she was with Aftermath in 97.
Aftermath, yeah. She was with Dre first.
Yeah.
It's funny how she left from Dre with the Rough Riders, went back to Dre.
Yeah.
The time Dre, she still didn't drop an album with Dre.
Right.
But I mean, the Rough Rider compilation album really definitely exposed us to her, and then her style and that grit, and her being, for Philly,
Yeah. And half of it was like, man, I love her flow. You know what I mean? I liked it. I liked her. Like, physically liked her. You know what I mean? So.
So we really getting down to the truth here.
I got a bump into her on Wadsworth somewhere. I don't know what. You know what I mean? I'm like, man. So but I like her music though also. But I liked her too. So she had me in '98 around that time when she first came out. Man, that was cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll wrap it up, man. And any last thoughts you guys want to say about the 9/8 situation?
Hey man, we were blessed. Just around that time. Not only 9/8, but just the year after that, the year before. I think we were blessed with many talented artists. And I think hip hop is definitely breaking records in many other categories now. But like back then, it may not have been. But the quality of the music, and like Lorenzo said earlier, was like people in different areas. But nobody was trying to copy nobody. Everybody was just doing their own thing, and that's why you got a variety of good artists from everywhere. I still wasn't on the down south people like that then. Besides like Scarface and like Outkast, but everybody else, like Mr. Servon and all that. I ain't listening to none of that stuff behind the source book. Yeah, I ain't Cain and Abel. I wasn't doing that time. But overall, man, I'm glad I grew up in this era. And listen to that music. I'm blessed.
Yeah, I'll say, Cash Money, man. I can't even front on Cash Money like Juvenile. That whole set. They brought it, man. They brought it. Like I can't front on them. But
I can't.
Man. What?
I was cool back then. Like, no, man, I was coming from Nas, and I'm like, I can't go over there.
Yeah.
I don't hate on it though. I understand that's their lane. I just knew it wasn't my lane. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, okay, that's nice, but I can't put them sticks on.
Right. Yeah. My takeaway from '98 would be, if anybody listening, anybody that was around at that time, for people that are, younger and they have to Google stuff, just think about the stuff we left out. We didn't talk about Tribe Called Quest, the Love Movement.
Yeah.
We didn't really mention Aquemini, Outkast, Brand Nubian Foundation. It's classics that we just didn't even. Don Cartagena. It's stuff that we didn't even talk about. So that just tells you the crop of
People Under the Stairs.
9/8. That was their first one.
Was it Lyricist Lounge came out?
Lyricist Lounge. Yep. So it was just stuff that like if you just going through Google, man, it's like the stuff that we left off just tells the story.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say one last thing about '98. Jump out of this, but that same year, the beginning of the year, saw Puff Daddy, The Firm, Busta Rhymes, and at the end of the year, we saw Method Man, Redman, Jay-Z, DMX. So it was, two of the best concerts I've ever seen, which pretty much made me stick with hip hop. Like from then on, I was like, all right, this is amazing. Like, because we were all about the same age and critical. Came out of the critical time in our lives, But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, '98. Like I said, I can still go back to stuff that I missed out on. Then, like I said, I missed out on the Aquemini at the time and the Black Star at the time. That's because I wasn't in that lane at the time. And now, as I've grown as an individual, to be able to appreciate that music and say, "Wow, this is what these dudes."